fancy intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Good morning, Star Trek fans. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're actually going to go over a new event called Dastardly Villains, which is a newer version of Scrambled Communications. We seem to get one of these every month where it's a trivia set for Star Trek, and I really like it because it's a lot of Star Trek trivia. Before we jump too much into that, a couple things I want to hit out. One, if you just want to skip to the answers, I'll do a recap towards the end. I know not everybody likes the actual lore and trivia of it, and wanted to mention also, for those that don't know, I do have my football website or my football YouTube channel, and if you are curious just about learning more about the game, just encourage you to check out that St. Bictavius video that just came out yesterday, really talking about the nuances of defensive line play. So if you just like football and you want more random ginger talking, check out the YouTube channel. I'll link it at the end of the video. So let's get into the first question here with Dastardly Villains. And there are a couple of curveballs here I have found. And the reason I call them curveballs is some of my alliance, well, they missed it. Like, they guessed wrong, but they weren't necessarily 100% wrong. So let's start with question number one. In his first appearance, who did Lore plan to betray the crew of the Enterprise to? Now, this is a little bit of a tricky one. Why is it a tricky one? Because when you think about all the different things that Lore has done in terms of him being, in my opinion, a very underrated Star Trek villain, I loved what they did with the character. Like, Data as a character is one of the best characters Star Trek's ever had. I actually put Data on Spock level, and that might be blasphemous to some people, but I really do put him on Spock level. Well, also giving him a counter, like almost his own mirror without being in a mirror universe, was brilliant. So you see him a lot, but the first time, like the actual initial time you got to worry about him, is the crystalline entity, which plays into the entire, family tree of Data, so to speak. So even though you will see Lore later going and messing around with the Borg, it's actually the crystalline entities that's the first time that you have to really watch out for this dastardly villain, which means, because crystalline entity, you need to go defeat 20 swarm hostiles. And yes, I know you just did that yesterday, but guess what? You get to do it again. Yay! I love it. Wow! I love swarm fighting. Okay. I'll admit, this one almost tripped me up because I wanted to say the Borg and go mine Isogen, but the answer is crystalline entity. Number two. This time we're going into one of my favorite Star Trek episodes of all time, to the point that I think a good episode is when you kind of feel for the bad guy, right? I think that's a good set of writing. I love it. But who created James Moriarty as a holodeck program to outwit Data? Now, the answer of who did it is Geordi LaForge, and it is in the episode Elementary, My Dear Data, and I absolutely love this episode. In fact, Moriarty is making an appearance in Picard Season 3. No spoilers, just letting you know. That was published in articles, so no worries there. So to complete this task, if you've enjoyed another great, please go watch that episode. So good. Because Geordi did, that means it's C. Just complete an away team mission. If you follow the rev rules of Star Trek Fleet Command, well, you're always running away teams every day, 4, 8, 12-hour ones all the time. So you probably got one. Just go hit the collect button. You'll finish that one up real quick. Sadly, not all of these are real quick. Let's move on to number 3. Which starship did Khan and his followers hijack in Wrath of Khan? Now, this is one that tricked a couple of people, including one in my alliance. The answer is D, the Reliant. But many people automatically associate Khan with the Botany Bay. And correctly, that was his ship. But the question is, what ship did Khan hijack? And he actually hijacked the Reliant, NCC 1864, to fight the USS Enterprise, and almost won if it wasn't for one of the most cinematic, brilliant space battles ever done in a movie, bar none. Argue with your mother. So because it's D, the Reliant need to go win 2 PvP battles, and all the PvE players out there went, damn them, damn that Scopely. Yes, you will have to do PvP today. Ha ha! Got him. And Rev rejoiced. I can't wait for the comments to have people griping that we were forced into 2 PvP battles today. I just actually went and hit 2 people we were at war with. Or you could just go OPC hunt. I don't know. Number 4. Moving on to the next question is, where is Gul Dukat imprisoned in the end of Deep Space Nine? Honestly, Deep Space Nine is right up there. Like, is it my favorite series? Is it not? I can never decide. But the answer is C, the Fire Case, which actually leads me to what I believe is a secret in Star Trek, and that is that Gul Dukat is actually Sauron, and the Fire Caves are actually Mordor. Prove to me I'm wrong. You can't. Seriously, that's a really bad joke, but some of you super nerds will enjoy it. But because it's the fire caves, you need to go mine 200 G2 crystal. Now, the fifth one, I'm kind of torn on, like, as an answer, like whether I like it, because there are going to be, this one actually might be the one people complain about the most, but which Imperial Starfleet starship did Captain Gabriel Lorca command when he attempted his coup? Now, this is very specific. One, it's a Discovery question. I know not everybody has watched Discovery. It's gotten mixed reviews. I think it got better as it ran longer and longer, but the key was what Imperial Starfleet ship, which means it has to be a mirror universe ship. Remember, if you're in the standard canon, the USS Discovery, which, if you remember Discovery, slight spoiler here, the mirror universe Lorca actually crosses over and takes the identity of the regular Lorca. But in terms of where he was back in the coup, in Imperial Starship, it was on the ISS Buran, which is actually a freaking dope looking ship. It's almost like a mix of sort of the Discovery saucer with like the stargazers, you know, 4 nacelle patterns. It was a very unique ship. I mean, I like unique designs and I love Star Trek, so it kind of worked. But the reason I think that this answer might not sit well with everybody, because if you are like very Fed aligned, well, the answer is you need to go defeat 20 Federation hostiles. And unlike Klingon and Romulan, there is no place in the galaxy where you can go kill Federation hostiles and not actually lose rep. It doesn't exist. Now, just a quick reminder, there are both Romulan systems and Klingon hostile systems where if you go kill these, they count as Klingon or Romulan kills and you lose no reputation, which is very nice, obviously, especially if you're aligned with those factions. But sadly, there is no counterpart for Federation. So the fifth answer in today's quiz means that you've got to go lose a little bit of rep. Now, you can kind of, you know, lower the amount you lose by going to the lowest level systems possible. So, I mean, you won't lose that much. If you come over here into like Priya, well, you see you're going to lose, well, I'm sorry, that's a Corellan destroyer. Why are you in Fed space? Let's see, Vulcan. Vulcan's got to have faction hostiles, right? There you go, Federation Patrol. Then you're going to lose like, 12. So do that 20 times, you're losing, less than 300 rep, no big deal. But still, there's your answers. They do try to make all these different answers set in a way that every player can kind of complete them. Like if you're level 18, you can quite easily come up here and, fight a low range hostile for the Federation. So hopefully everybody can kind of complete these. And there are your answers. Now, a quick recap. The answers are: 1 is B, defeat 20 storms. 2 is C, complete 1 away team mission. Number 3 is D, you need to do 2 PvP kills. Number 4 is mine 200 G2 crystal, that is answer C. And then finally, number 5, answer A, defeat 20 Federation hostiles. And those are your answers for the day. You like it? I actually do. I love this style. I love the style of going through and doing Star Trek trivia. Granted, I'm a huge Trekkie, and I know not everybody is, so hopefully you got all your answers in and this video helped you out. If you want to help out the channel, a couple quick easy things you can do. You can like it, you can subscribe, but also if you haven't already, check out our new merch store. Link is in the description. We've got some pretty dope t-shirts in there, including some, because I'm real big on mental health, encouraging mental health, one my wife designed. We've also got our no loot, no shoot. We've got one of my personal new favorites, hunting for O Pizza. OPC is OPC, which is very important for today's hunting PvP fights, but you can check those out on our website. It's revdeuce.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the little bit of Star Trek trivia there. And if you've watched to the end here and you made it 9 minutes in, do me a huge favor. Of the 5 answers, which one was your favorite episode? And that's tricky for me because I love the individual episode of Elementary Mind Dear Data, but at the same time, there is no better Star Trek than Wrath of Khan. It is literally the tippity, the toppity. It is the best. I think I've got to go with Wrath of Khan. But if we're talking about like Star Trek episodes, which could be 4 of the different answers from today, which one's your favorite? I'm very curious. Like in the comments section down below. And also, you know what? I'm going to go a little bit crazier. If you are a weirdo, which many of you might be, if you're a weirdo and you don't think that Star Trek Wrath of Khan is the best Star Trek movie in the world, and you're wrong, but if you don't believe, let me know what you think is the best Star Trek movie of all time. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next one. Live long and prosper. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. See you a little bit later, because we'll be streaming. Bye.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.